but it's not possible anymore. But it's one of my dreams. So, okay, let me see if we are on live on YouTube. Just a moment. Okay, we are on live. So, hi YouTube. Today we are going to discuss about empathy. You know, we are going to do exercise about empathy, and we have 10 questions here to discuss this. And so I think that we can move on. And can you read for us the first question, please, Parecida?
Everyone, if you could live one day in another person's life, who would it be, and what do you think you may learn about their hidden struggles? Mm. Well, I think, but I don't know one person who I want to be at their life, but famous person in general. I believe if I stay in their lives one day or something like this, I believe I can understand a lot of situations who a person's life it's same my life because it's a human being like me, not uh, a god or something like this, because unfortunately the persons who are most famous have problems, the others imagine they don't are human or something like this. I don't understand, but I believe I understand the difference, and they're suffering, that person suffer a lot because normally don't have friends, truly friends, and their sadness because of the stress, because of the media. I believe we need put ourselves more in their person's skin or in their life. It's to understand. I believe the the persons are most famous not are truly happy. They show they are happy, but in fact, I don't believe that because it's so hard to manage this day by day, and it's important to put ourselves and understand the situation, the moment this person are living. It's interesting doing this kind of exercise, put ourselves in the other person's lives to respect. I believe the word is respect, respect the other, independent of the choose. Their person choose this path normally be famous, but in general, I believe they don't know what's happening in the end. I believe I think this about this question.
You bring such a good points about like don't have a truly friendship, like because I think when we compare to other people, I think we just have the analysis. Analyze. I forgot the pronounce, but just one problem like we are suffering. So, for example, if I'm suffering in my studies and I see someone that already are a doctor, right? I just okay, so such a great life that this person already have, and I'm just comparing just one problem that I have on my life, but I don't compare the struggles of being in this profession, right? So I think when we do this exercise, we can understand other people, and nowadays with social media, we can see that comparison has increased a lot, and the people just show what they want to show to us. It is not because the people are bad, but I think that anyone can want to show their sad part of their life on social media, right? So will be obvious that will be just the great part, and I think we have to have this balance of between what is real and what is not. So what is your take on this, Sydney?
Yes, for me, if possible, I would choose to live. I think that the two different lives. For example, a life of a rich people, especially those that are heir, herdeiros. So wake up with a million of reais in my bank account, and don't have this kind of concerns that ordinary people have to work, to face heavy traffic jams, to pay their bills, to struggle with about the to survive, the things. For me, it would be, I don't know, I could think the thing that I could try at least one day. And also, I think the negative part is how they used to suffer about, the depression on them from the society, the drugs, because they have money to enjoy their life as much as possible, and then they start to, how can I say, enjoy, the things, and try to find, looking for different things, and some of them starts to try this kind of different drugs, that affect their mental health, their body. So it's a negative part. And another life that I would like to try is be a politician, a honest one. And of course, there are a lot of privilege, a good salary, a lot of benefits. But on the other hand, fighting with against the system, that try to take money from the poor people and give for the rich people, fight against the corruption, against this, for example, big companies that give the people pay bribe. I think bribe. I forgot the word. Yeah, these kind of things that the honest politician, I hope that there are just a few of them. I think fight every day, to, I think, to bring the great things for the society.
Yeah, I have this clear in my mind that everyone, it's not, it doesn't exist an exception, but everyone has their own struggles, but in different part of their life. Like, someone can have a bad financial condition, and but otherwise that, like you say, someone that is rich can have struggles in mental health. So I think we have I think people that we see like a success. I think they can manage it better their own problems, but I don't think they don't have problems. I think just exists someone that can manage them better, right? But of course that we cannot discuss that some points of their lives can be easier than ours. But I think in other points they pass with a lot of bad things too. So yeah, I agree with you, Sydney. And what do you think, Taina?
So I'd like to live in the Dua Lipa life because I'd like to do concerts wearing sparkling clothes, dancing with many people, and to have the same voice and to sing the funny music and attract many persons for me and influence the best way my public. But the struggle, the high struggle problem um, that the famous uh, can be facing is the media, the pressure. I think these jobs like a Dua Lipa has is so hard to fit the standards because the public hope you are always thin, always happy, and sometimes you are not happy, you are bad mood, and you need to smile and you need to take a photo all the time. I think this part is so hard and overwhelmed. But I think despite the situation, it's worth, because when you have a lot of money, you have a lot of facilities in your life. You can choose. And when you don't have money, you can't choose. And I would like living just in for a moment. Um, and yeah, to understand how is famous, if I would like or if I don't like, I don't know.
Yeah, like for me, one of the hardest job to do, I think, is to be a model because you have to be very thin, and you have your life control to be perfect, right? And like you said, a famous person have the I don't know any mistake that if they do, it seems that they are bigger than if a common person like us that is not famous would be because have judges to appoint they mistakes, right? And at least in our common life it's just I don't know friends or a family that will judge us, but like a famous person the world will judge. So I think have to create a strength mental health. But as you say, we have when you have money, you can have facilities that someone that suffer with mental health is suffer with financial condition cannot have. So at least in some point of your lives you have these facilities. So I think in some point will help a lot you to get over with this problem. So nice, guys. It's really nice. And Dua Lipa is a person that would be nice to have her life because she is such a singer, right? And can you read for us the third question, please, Taina?
The third, okay. Do you think we could truly understand another person's happiness without feeling their pain as well? Yeah, it's interesting question because you need to have empathy and put yourself in another place. But it's not easy because just you knows what is your feeling. Um, yeah, you can you can feel in the same things when you have empathy because you connect with the pain of other people, and you can try to facilitate another person, for example. I think it's possible, but you really need to willing to connect with other feelings and put yourself in another place and help if you can. Just in listening other people, giving some advices. I think it's impossible. It's possible.
Yeah, and I think even I think this extend not just a famous person. Like for example, when we have the tragedy in Rio Grande do Sul, everybody, it's not everybody, but a great part of society feel this pain and help the people in Rio Grande do Sul. So I think the pain, the empathy help us to contribute with other person, right? So it doesn't have to be a famous person. But I think we Brazilians, one thing that I like in Brazil, of course, we have a lot of problems, but I think Brazilian in general, we have the facility to feel the other's pain. So I think we have this, for example, when we see, it's not everybody, I know, but when we come and see a homeless, we intend to help them. And in other countries, they are just ignored by the society. And at least us, a Brazilian, at least a few part of Brazilians do that. And I think it's nice of our culture. So really nice. And what do you think, Aparecida?
Well, I believe feel only happiness, not truly to understand the person's lives in general, because we need, like Taina said, we need have empathy, and we need to understand not only the happiness but their uh, understand their pain too, because without understand the pain we don't understand the happiness, because normally our happiness, and normally it's someone who uh, bring us for a moment our happiness to avoid some kind of pain or sadness. And in general, our happiness is connected with our pains normally. Uh, because if we have a big sadness, we want to normally want to go out from these kind of things, of course. But what can be good for bringing me happiness for this person? Of course, I'm talking about this. And to understand the happiness, we need to understand uh, a whole people, a pessoa por inteiro, not only the moment of happiness that person are living in that moment. It's necessary look more with a complete situation, and understand who this person. It's a big amount of feelings and problems, and good situations too, of course. We not have only problems, we have problems and situations who give us happiness or something like this. I believe it's this, understand the complete situation. It's this my point of view.
That was really nice that you talk about how happiness is connected with sadness, and it's because nowadays we just have the capture of the end of the journey of someone. So the end of the journey common is the success, not in every case, but it's the success, and we just capture this image of happiness, but we don't realize what the person passed through. So someone, like, if someone was promoting their jobs to a high position, we just see the celebration, right? We just say, okay, so now he will be paid a very high salary, but we common doesn't see what the person was doing outside. I don't know, it's not outside, but hiding, so really nice. And what do you think, Sydney?
Yeah, from my perspective, I think it's impossible to just see, to just understand the happiness without feeling their pain. I think all the things are in the same package. And I think our society, the media, the industry of entertainment used to show just the happiness of the people, especially those who are very famous, because they used to it attract the other people to see their achievements, do their success, and we used not uh, feel to see how much they work, to achieve these things. I think fears, pressure. I think pain. Also, it's all the things come first, we when we have some goals and we work hard to achieve these goals. I think, yes, of course, when we achieve them, I think happiness is a result, but also also it happens with us. We used to forget, what we did to achieve this, and just after, for example, when we try to do it again or to achieve other goals, we understand that it's very hard, to manage our time, to maintain what we achieved, to maintain the things. So I think, yeah, for me, it's impossible. I think all these things are in the same package.
Even us have this feeling that like we feel that okay, this was lucky, but actually we have done a lot of things to this happen, right? A lot of effort, and sometimes people often say, okay, you have lucky, but I think it's lucky. Of course, that I think it have a point of this, but I think you just have lucky if you take some action, right? Because if not, anything will happen in a good way with you. So, and about the third question, I think one example like we can truly understand the another person happiness is when we see in something happen in our family, someone I used to example of my mom, so I see her passing through a lot of struggles, and if I like how I saw these struggles, the difficulties, I can understand her happiness when she achieves something, so I can truly be happy for her, right? Because I know what she passed through, and I think when we are close of the other person, we can have this feeling, and I think it's why it's so difficult. We have this feeling in social media, right? Because we don't have this real contact. We just see the final figure. So it's just one example. So really nice, guys. Can you read for us the question number 4, please, Sydney?
Okay. If you could experience the private moments of a celebrity's life, how do you think your perception of fame would change? I think firstly about my freedom. I think I will lose my liberty, my freedom to go for some place that I like too much to go, to visit some place, my relatives, my parent house, my relatives' house. I think this the first thing I think you do change in my perception. I think secondly about the fake relationships. So I think I will attract more people that would have contact with me, but with some, how can I say, some obscure reasons, it could be because my fame, they want to share to take advantage of my fame or my money. So stay with, I think to have this relationship, we will not know how the people are true, they are real with you, they are honest with you. And another thing is, I think to be perfect, I think when the highlights are on us or every time, I think this give us the feeling that to be perfect, to transparency. I think to reflect that because there are always some sector of the society that will judge you, will use you to to make you like kind of a negative role model, to attract to say bad things about you. So, and always, I think that nowadays fake news, I think clickbaits, it happens all the time with many celebrities. So it's another thing that will change a lot about fame for me.
Well, yeah, we can see with this conversation that about famous person, of course, the advantage is the can be the fame, but the advantage is the fame, and also the advantage can be the money, but on the other hand, can the disadvantage can be the money too. So we have this, we have we must to have the balance, right? So, Taina, if you were the Dua Lipa, what do you think that would change in your perception of fame?
I think my perception would change a lot because when you are famous, Many friends get close just in for interest, and it's difficult to have a time celebrate moments intimates because you have a fear of the paparazzi, the pressure to take a photo and someone post and harmful your career or the gossip it's a lot. I think to have intimate moment is so difficult and sometimes seems fake, seems not reality. I don't know. I think this part would do me not to want to be a famous because I value a lot my privacy, my intimate moments.
One thing that I can understand it's how someone's job can be create gossips or paparazzi, take photos of other person, right? For me, it's not doesn't make sense. Like you are paid like just to difficult the other lives. Just okay, I will take a photo that doesn't mean nothing actually, but I will make in an angle that people will talk about it, something that person did, or I will take a picture in a intimate moment, and I don't know. For me, it's just this kind of person I really don't like, right? So, what do you think, Aparecida?
Well, yeah, I believe that person's life not be easy because, like you said, it's so hard. All the time you need to look for everyone, thinking that person are a paparazzi or someone who wants another thing from you. It's so hard. I believe the most of famous person there are a lot of problem with confidence in the others and depression because they can't have confidence in the persons around them, and they normally have a lot of problems, full of problems, who normally we don't have because we not are famous. They have the problems we have, of course, because they have familiar problems, and maybe not have financial problems, but the other problems, emotional problems, uh, difficult problem to lead with the person, something like this. They I believe for famous persons it's more complicated deal with this kind of situations, because uh, the person stay with them only to appear. It's so hard, I believe, not easy. This kind of person normally have problems with drugs, with alcohol, because of they want to escape in some way from these situations, and they go to a deep hole, and have cause more problems, of course. We have problems normally, but I believe this kind of persons need learn to live with these problems more, or day by day. It's so hard when we think about this. Not easy. Things not a truly life. It's like a fake life. You understand? They create a fake lives, but they can't show who they are in fact because they create a personality to show, but they can't be their uh, real personality, some kind of thing like this. Of course, some famous persons show their real personality, but in general, not the true. I believe not easy in general, not a easy life.
Nice. And I think with this we can move on to the question number 8, because the others one are similar in how we already discussed about how is be in other skin, I think that now we can take a moment to see what is good in your life. Like the and question number 4, it's what do you think makes a life truly valuable? Admiration for others or peace within oneself. Like I think we can understand expand these questions to just what do you think makes a life truly valuable? So Aparecida, you was telling me that your daughter has a great day yesterday, right? So I think this makes a life valuable. Go out with a friends that you love and have a great mom like you that's allowed to do this. And I think like as yesterday was a day of I don't know how to say English, but you understand, guys. And I think these moments can create a valuable life. And what do you think, Sydney?
I think both of them, I think admiration from the people that we love, it's a field that motivates us to continue our journey, our improvement. I think it's very valuable. I think peace with oneself. I think to live in a peaceful environment. I think when we looking for to stay in peace with everyone. I think to have a relationships that can bring us peace as well. Don't stay in a relationship that there are a lot of fights, arguing, that make our life a hell. So I think both of them, because when we uh, yeah, admiration, it's always a good thing when the people recognize our valors, recognize our efforts, and they see what we are doing day by day to be the best, to I think to provide the best as possible. For example, talking about family, to provide to work hard to and try to provide the best as possible for the people.
Nice. And can you say to me what else, despite of admiration and peace, that you can say that it bring valuable to your life, like our are your children something like that? What do you think?
Yes, it's more about the people who live with me, my child, my wife, my parents, my brothers, the people that I work together as well. So all of these people that stay with me day by day, they are kind of people that I consider, and I consider their opinions and their yeah I consider the way that because they living with me, they see the struggles I have day by day and my achievements as well.
Nice. And with this, we can see that despite the money, what we think that is available, that like truly friendship and family, it's something that famous people often doesn't have. So we can see that uh, maybe the life is not just so easy, right? And what do you think, Taina?
Sorry, what is the number?
I move on to the question number 8.
Okay. Yeah, finally, I would I would say the peace is more important than admiration from others because the admiration from others you can't control. The admiration from others all the time change. You can't control others, and the admiration must come from inside you, not outside you. And the peace, when you have the peace, you have a good mental health. Your thoughts is sweet. You can love yourself. You have willing to do what you want. You are good with yourself, and peace is the best state to do the things. I think so important the peace. Because if you don't have peace, you can't sleep well, you can't feed well, you treat others bad because you're not at peace. I think your happiness depends of the peace inside you.
Right. And for me, like the piece too is the most important thing in it. It's why I try to nowadays, okay, because in the past year I used to social media like Instagram a lot, and this year I tried to decrease my time screen. So I think this can bring this also can bring peace for us. And as you said, Taina, I think I was looking for somebody admirations. I think, to be honest. And when we realize that this, of course, that like Sidney say the admiration of our family can motivate us to do other things. And but I think when we looking for to someone that you even know, I think this can be harmful. And peace is something that I'm trying like to cultivate, right? It's not easy actually, but I'm trying to do this. And what do you think, Aparecida?
I agree. For me, the peace within is the best thing to bring for my life, because when like Taina said, when we have peace, we can manage our problems. We can find a solution when we have a problem in front of us, because if we are all the time looking for the approval of the others, I believe we lose our life sense, because the sense of our life we need to stay inside us, not depend of the others. And if we stay all the time putting the our what we are doing in the hand of those because we want admiration, we put our life in the hand of the other person. Not we never be happy doing this, in my point of view. Look for the social medias. It's a crazy, like a war by admiration, like something like this. I want more admiration than you. I have more admiration than you. I have more likes than you. It's this, but not real life. Not real life. I want more my family admiration, my daughter admiration. If I have this in my life, I'm happy, because their persons know me, like you said, they know me, they know my problems, they know when I arrive something, they know what I do to achieve this goal. It's different, it's totally different. Only take a photo, I did this, but you don't know the person, or the other person don't know you. What not for me not makes sense, not possible put our lives in this situation. I in my life nowadays, I find my my peace within. I find this because I'm so stressed, and I'm trying don't go to the social media, because we stay a lot of anxious when we go to the social media, because this kind of media are I made for this, to bring anxiety for our lives. We need put more things, we need more likes. It's so hard, not for me. I'm trying to live my life, doing my work, and take care of my family in peace. I believe with this. If we have this, we are so happy.
And people often think that just the new generation that deal with comparison, right? Just say that, okay, the new generation are struggling with social media, but I think even the older generation are struggling too because it's a new thing for everyone, right? Of course, that you guys can be so much mature than me, so we can in a certain way deal with this better than I do. But I think comparison can affect all of us without exception, right? And but at least you, I think, as you have part of your lives without this, you can deal more if a person that like live in an entire life immersed in this system, right? So I saw like my sister. I don't even know what is see her without a screen, like in a TV or a cell phone. And I know it's a bad thing, but in other hand, we have parents that work a lot and don't have time, and we have to create this balance, but it isn't easy. So I think we can move on to the final question to discuss more and have this finish this great conversation. So can you read for us, please, Sidney, the, no, the question number 10?
Okay. How would the world change if we all looked at others' lives with more empathy instead of comparison? Well, I think it would change a lot. I think firstly because we will try to see the other like more a human being than a kind of God, for example, a kind of, yeah, like some big celebrities, we see them like a being for the other reality, see them more naturally. I think uh, empathy. Yeah, I think the society used to uh, manipulate us in order to, I think, to compare it of each other, I think like, for example, your cousin already have his car and his house, and you you don't achieve anything in your life. So, but the life is very different, So I think to be more, I think, honest with each other, that everyone has that a different condition. Someone can born in a rich place, a rich family, and for them it would be easy to achieve the things. But for others that can born in a family with love, that have time to take care of them, so the life is completely different. Yes, I think that's it.
I also think that we would have a a decrease in gossips because as we know what the person are passing through, I think that we are not so interesting to judge. I think the gossips would decrease a lot. And what do you think, Tainá?
Yeah, I think the world changed a lot because when we apply the empathy, we would be more unity, more friends with others, because the comparison just bring the war, the fights, the hates, the inequalities. And if we have more empathy with others, decrease um, the anxious, the angries. I think the empathy is the good quality to put in practicing, because we are living so many wars in the Russia, Ukraine. Here, for example, in London, the Brazilians hate each others. Instead to be friends and to be unity, no. The Brazilians avoid other Brazilians, change the street because don't want to have the Brazilians friends, and because uh, they think we are competitors. We are not competitors. We are singular. The humans should see the words like one, not which others have your life. But yeah, the word's not far, not easy. And this question should be the next meditation in your weeks, because it's so important to put in practicing the empathy.
Oh, I didn't know that Brazilians outside Brazilian community outside Brazil have this fight. Really, in in my mind, I thought that I don't know, like you are outside Brazil, you will be together of people in the same nationality, right? But it's not like that, right? And I didn't know that you live in London. That's really cool. Even have these problems of fights between Brazilians. So, and when we talk about comparison, I think we just compare with people that are in some situation better than us, and it's really hard to compare with other people that it's worse than us, right? When we talk about comparison, okay, I will compare myself with a famous person, but it's not common compare ourselves with a person that is struggling with like in a worse situation. So I think a comparison with someone that have many difficulties in their life can be a good comparison, right? So it depends on what we are seeing. And what do you think, Aparecida?
I believe, like Daphne said, we need to put ourselves in the others and other shoes. We need to understand the others, and in my point of view, we need empathy around our planet, in all the countries. We are in this same situation because of the competition, because we are incentivized earlier in the schools to compete between us. We are formed to be competitors between us, and then we look for the society. It's a mirror from the when we are young, and one most my fear is this: look for my daughter and try to show for her she are learning on the school. The teacher are putting for her there, not the final truth. Because we have a big other point of view, and the school is only one point, and they unfortunately they incentivize the competition earlier, and we have this in the we produce employers only for this. We're not thinking the children, and if we think about this, we try to change this, because it's not. I believe not. It's not fair with the children, in my point of view, because we are producing more adults, complicated adults to be compete between us. It's so hard to see, like Daphne said. It's sad when I can imagine, because I don't live there, but it's so hard because we are Brazilians. We need to stay together, and we are in a kind of wars. I don't know why, but it's it's crazy. If we are thinking about this, it's some kind of crazy. The person is like the competition arriving a kind of point. We are totally crazy. It's insane. If we are looking outside and look for this situation that you are talking about, it's insane, in fact. But it's real. It's real life. But we are walking for why when why we arrive with this not a good place, I believe. Ross, then we are living now, but we need to change this. We are context not how I can say this, be more empathic with the person we have contact. If we are change our, I'm talking about myself. If I change my way to have contact with the other 5, 10 persons, maybe 3 change too, maybe. We can change this. Of course, it's a dream, but I believe we have this power. The persons who are close us, of course, we can change the persons around the world. That's possible.
Sometimes we can treat someone outside better than we treat like friends that live close to us, or like Taina said, Brazilians, right? We pretend to be a good guy to people that doesn't even know us, but in a close circle of friendship, family, sometimes it can be a do bad actions, right? And guys, I think it was a great conversation. Like Taina said, we can have this reflection for the week. And I think the empathy, it's not just good for the other person, but I think it's an empathy for ourselves too, because we make this, we have this thought that we are not the other person, so comparison is not something that we should do, right? Even it's hard to say that, but I think that everybody is living for the first time. We make mistakes, and sometimes we are not in the position that we want to be. But I think everybody have their own struggles, and even us. So let's have empathy with ourselves too, just not with other person. But I think it was a great conversation, and I wish a great week for you guys. Have a nice week. Okay. Bye bye.